Okay, so the next one is the test case priority. Okay, so suppose, yeah, this is file is there. Now if you will see the execution for these test cases, so if you see the execution here, so first of all it is showing cart added successfully. It is showing me this, right? Cart added successfully, it means my cart test case has been executed first. Only I'm able to see this in the first in the console. Then it has executed login successful for me. This test case it has executed. Then payment it has executed. In the last product has been executed. Right? Even though test case has been mentioned in some different sequence in the my file, but execution wise it is doing in some different order. Okay, but if I want to decide the priority, I want login should be executed first, then product should be executed, then cart, and then payment should be executed. So how you can define the priority? So for that, there is defined one attribute is there in TestNG that you can mention as a priority. Okay, priority equal to 1. In the similar way, you can mention same kind of a priority on the another test cases as well. So there is a way, just a minute, I will explain. This is 4, this is 3, this is 2. So we have defined the priority 1, 2, 3, 4. So whatever the test case is, which one is having the lowest priority, okay, lowest priority, that test case will execute first. So one is having the lowest value, so lowest, so it will be executed first. It is having higher value, in that case it will be executed after the login. So this is how the execution will happen here now. So we have defined a priority which test case will execute afterward. So now here if you will see the order, first of all login successfully has been executed because I have given the priority as a 1 there. And now product selection, because I have given the priority as a 2. Then cart page and then payment page has been executed. So this is how the you can define the priority on the test cases, in which order you will mention it. Let me see if I have written anything here. So the priority of this test case, lower the priorities will be scheduled first. So you can give the priority as 0 also. Priority equal to 0, priority equal to 1. So this is how you can do this. One example I have shown you here, how you can define the priority. So there can be some interview questions as well here, like how you can define the priority for your test cases. And suppose two test cases are there, login and product. So for both of them, we have defined the same priority. Okay, priority 1, priority 1. So in this scenario, which test case will be executed first? Right? So this can be like they ask in the interviews based on they create some different scenarios. So both is having the same priority. So which test case will be executed? So in this case, you can see it has executed login, product, payment, and card. There is no change, but I want to make some change here. Mm, this one I will make as a 3. Okay, that's fine. So here this is 1, this is 3, this is 3, this is 4. Let's say this time what will happen. Card should be executed first actually. Yeah, so now here you can see first login is run, then cart has been executed, then product, and then payment. So how it will be decided? Okay, now how it will be decided with the same priority, which test case will be executed now. So that will be decided based on your test case name. So like if you will see my product test case name, it is starting from P, and my
Yeah, correct,
right,
Rahul.
right, yeah. So in this case it is deciding based on the test
Alpha
case
it is
name.
having. Okay.
So here it is product P, it is cart C. So in this case you can see the alphabetic order, the C is coming first. So that's why it is executing the cart test case no, prior to the product for me. So this is how the priority is getting decided in the test engine. And they will ask one more interview questions in that, like by default what is the priority for your test cases, because internally also it will be defined, right, the priority. So internally it is by default it is zero, it is zero for every test case. And how it is deciding the sequence order for the execution, in that case if we are not defining the priority for that, in that case it is considering the test case name in some alphabetic order, and in that way it is deciding which test case will be executed for me. Suppose I am writing as a zero because by default it will be zero. So how the execution is happening now? So whatever the alphabetic sequence is there, it will execute in that particular sequence. So first of all, it has executed cart because C is coming in the starting. Then after that, it is doing the login. And if you will see the payment and the product, P is same for that. But after that, A is coming first or prior than the R. So that's why payment has been executed, and after that product has been executed for me. So this is how the by default executions will be there.
Priority equal to 0 means it is the highest priority, Rahul.
Yes, it is the highest priority, and that test case will be executed first. Even though if you will decide the priority as a minus one, you can define minus as well. Okay, minus. Suppose I am giving a minus 2, and here I am giving a minus 1. Here I am giving a 0. Here I am giving some positive. Suppose 1. So which is the lowest value here? Minus
My,
2. Minus 2 is the lowest value because whatever you will go in the minus, that will become a lower value for me, right?
yes.
So if you will see the sequence order for the execution here, so here first of all login has been executed because it is having the lowest value for the priority. Minus 2 is the lowest priority for me. And after that product selection has been executed because it is minus 1. Then
Yes.
cart is 0, payment in the last. So this is how you can define the 0, or even the values you can define in negative as well. Whatever the negative value, that is the lowest priority for me, and that will be executed the first for me.
Okay, Rahul. In the case if you define the only some priorities and we are skipping some priorities means.
Yeah, so in that case, what it will do, whatever the priority you are defining, suppose by default priority is 0. Okay, suppose you are not defining for this. Okay,
Okay.
and you are not defining for cart as well, but you are defining the priority here. Suppose if you will define minus 2, so definitely minus 2 is having the lower priority than 0 because this is also 0, this is also 0. So minus 2 will execute first of all, and after that it will see 0 and all the test cases with the 0 which is not mentioned. Okay, then it will do the comparison. So after that cart will execute, then product will execute, and after that priority which is greater than 0, like 1 is there, so after that this 1 will execute.
If we are not defining it is default 0. It
Right,
assumes.
right, in that case it is default 0, and in that case it will see the order based on the test case name. It will decide
Okay.
based on that.
Got it.
So here if you will execute this test case, you will see first of all it will execute the login because login is having the lowest priority. It is lowest, okay. it is less than 0, because the test case, if I'm not defining priority, that 4 is having the default value 0. So first of all, login has been executed because it is the -2. After
Yes,
that,
correct.
cart has been executed, and then product, and then payment. Payment is the 1. Suppose if I will give here -1, now you will see, first of all it will execute login, then it will execute payment, then it will execute cart, then it will execute product. So this is how it's all based on the priority. That so in interviews, definitely he will ask such kind of a questions or scenarios for you, so you should be ready with that. So
Okay, Rahul.
okay, so
Okay.
login, first of all login, then you can see payment because it is -1, then cart, and then product. So you should be ready, you should be clear with your basic concept. So what is the concept? Lowest is the priority. So that test case will be executed first, and if both test cases having the same priority, in that case it will decide based on the test
Yes.
case name alphabetic order. That's it. The only these two things are basic concept is there about priority. If you understand that concept, you can answer any of the scenario, so you will not face that.
Yeah, correct.
Right, okay, yeah, so let's move to the next. So priority is defined.